Yeah. Um, Trying to send message to the other people via email to inform them. Then I have to close this browser. Give me a moment. Yeah. God knows that I did not see me wasting 20 minutes on this call. But yeah, let me know if you can see my screen now. Hi, good evening. My name is Joel, and it's nice to meet you. Um, Ibukwe, so I'm really sorry. So what we are starting with is this. Now, let me give a background of why I decided to host this class. A few weeks ago, a friend reached out to me that he wanted to like change his career path, and he was confused on how to go about it. So I told him that do this, do this, do that, and then he tried to apply it, and then he came back to me and told me that he couldn't still figure it out. And I felt like, well, okay, let's have a call to figure out this stuff. And we had a call, and in 3 hours we were able to like navigate everything. Trying to add the link. Yeah, in 3 hours we were able to navigate everything that he needed to do to get into it. Trust me, I joined the marketing group few not so long ago, and the same thing when I introduced myself, a lot of people started DMing me that they are trying to navigate their careers, they don't know how to go about it, they are moving around in circles and stuff like that. And for me, I've been able to navigate this so many times, moving into a new career path. In like the shortest time, I'm able to like get into a role. I think it's the struggle of many people. On the long run, they try to navigate a career path and then you keep struggling. It's more like you're learning stuff, but you're not still getting the results. So that is why I decided to hold this webinar. So the webinar is titled How to Navigate Your Career, Get into a New Career and Get Hired. The backdoor secrets that will give you 3 times speed in any career path. Trust me, many of the things that I get to teach, people don't know them. And I'm not trying to make mouth, but many of the things that I get to teach, people don't have the experience for them. So this is going to be sort of like new. So I would like you to stay to the end. So if you want to get hired in the next 90 days, in whatever role, 90 days is going to be relative, Sha. This webinar, this live session is for you. So please stay to the end. So many of you are here because you want to step into a new career. You don't want to waste months dancing in circles. You're struggling with the next steps to move from knowledge to getting into a new role. So if you fit into these 3 things, then this session is for you. If you don't, maybe you should just hop off. So the first one is you want to step into a new career, but you don't want to waste months dancing in circles, which is typically the case of a lot of people, where you want to go into a new career path, and then instead of spending like 1 year, you get to spend longer time because you're trying to figure things out step by step. To me, it doesn't make sense. Two, you're struggling with the next steps to take a to make to s- steps to take a move from knowledge to getting into a new role. Then three, you are confused about everything, what exactly to learn, where to start, how to build projects, and finally how to get hired. So that this session is for you. It's going to give you clarity. You're going to take actions. By the end, every one of you will be able to take actions, and then I can bet that 60-70% of people here, if you follow everything set hook, line, and sinker, you're going to get a very decent remote job. So I want you to do turn off this post notification from other apps so that you don't get distracted. Two, because um my screen is on full screen, I will not be able to see things till I probably minimize. So I believe you guys can see my screen, right? Let me see. Can you all see my screen? So I have to come here to
Yeah,
check if yeah, okay. So
yeah, we can.
okay. So I won't be able to see the interactions that are going on in the page because of if I go back to the screen, I'll not be able to like see the interaction. So I'm trying to I'll just from time to time try to like navigate between each and every one of them. So follow post notification for these apps, follow the session to the end because we'll be executing the steps together. Um, I like this meme. I saw it. I've been seeing it. I've been using it a lot. So I felt like this is an opportunity for me to use it to newer audience that are not on my WhatsApp. And sadly, not everybody on my WhatsApp that I knew would be able to get this because the link did not work. I'm still seeing how I can manage to send to everybody at once. But I mean, I can't find that option there. Yeah. So next thing is intro. When people go into new career paths, here's what many of you do. You see people talk about a skill, you buy an Udemy course, then you start practicing. That's just the wrong way to actually go into a new career path. I moved into a background about me. I'm a GTM engineer, meme finder by night. Forget about the picture and everything, but I can move. I always boast about this. I can go into a new career path and get a good job, even if it's going to be as an intern. There is a step to actually achieve this. And I think that is what many of you are missing out on. I've interacted with more than 300 people, and I'm not even exaggerating, that are like trying to figure out, navigate your careers. And it's just the same thing. I always see a missing piece in how they approach their careers, which I feel like I wish this person would know something that I know. So it's not about just learning, like it's not about like piling up skills. It's beyond that. It's not just by learning. There are a few things you need to put in place. One, what few things you need to know if you're going into a new career path is you need to be very sure if it is on high demand. If it is not on high demand, you need to figure that out. Um, where do you get all the free resources you need? Because like this thing is I don't know how to explain. This thing is strategic. You want to go into a new career path, or you are in a career path already. One is it on high demand? Currently, my role GTM is on very crazy high demand. It's like one of the fastest growing roles on demand in 2025. Where next thing is where do you get all the free resources you need to get? Third question to ask yourself is where do you get access to programs, cohorts, workshops? Because you need to follow all of these things step by step. Like you need to tick all these boxes. You're not even going to have to tick one. You need to tick all the boxes, right? You need to tick all the boxes. Then how do you follow thought leaders in the field? Where do you find them? What are the best communities to join? How do you learn with peers? And how do you pitch to get hired? For you to move from starting to getting hired in any role in 3 months, which, like I said, is relative because some skills, the technical part of some skills require longer time, and the 3 months means that you are learning 4 hours every day, self. So I'm just saying, in 90 days, that's if you're new, if you're just starting. But if you're not just starting, I don't know. But whichever way, you need to tick all of this for you to be able to say you want to get into a new career path. If you cannot tick all this, then sorry. I need to admit this person. So you need to tick all of this. So the reason why I'm hosting this class is how can you do this yourself? Set up the structure for all of this in in the shortest time so that you will tick it. Or what are the processes to actually use to set up all of this? The answer is this: ChatGPT. So we are going to be using ChatGPT to do something on this call. Have I even opened ChatGPT on this particular account before? Let me see. I don't have ChatGPT logged in this account. I don't use this browser, so it's crazy. I have to open another browser that I like GPT. To me, it just feels like I. So what we are going to be doing on this call is show everybody how you can actually use ChatGPT to set up the structure for everything. For everything. And this was powerful. This was what I did for my friend that right now I think he's like 3 weeks in. He has gone really, really far in whatever it is he's learning. So I'm going to open ChatGPT in a new browser. Then I'm going to share the access. So I want you guys to watch me. I'll stop sharing, then I'll share my entire screen, not just this browser. So I'm using a free ChatGPT plan. So I'm guessing many of you also use free GPT, right? So here's what we want to do. I'm going to pick out somebody in this community on this call right now. I'm going to pick out one person that we are going to use this person as a case study to practice this. Tolua Toluwashi has raised up his hand. So I don't know if you are trying to raise up your hand if you are the one. So yeah, please to unmute your mic. Okay, pick me. All right. So let's use Tolu as the case study. So Tolu and I are going to be interacting. Tolu and I are going to be interacting. So Tolu, unmute your mic. Everyone should watch what we want to do. We want to ensure that Tolu ticks. Please, who has noise in the background there? All right, thank you. Yeah, so we are going to use Tolu as the case study, and then every one of you, since this is recorded, can actually go back and watch it and experiment it. So what we want to do here is we want to define how Tolu can figure out few things. One, like I mentioned here, how can he figure out if his career is on high demand in 2025? Where can he get all the free resources he needs? Where does he get access to programs? How can he follow thought leaders? What are the best communities to join? There is a reason for each and every one of these. For instance, when I joined as a GTM engineer, I will give a very good example. When I joined as a GTM engineer, one of the few things that I tried to tick in my box was where are the thought leaders that are in the GTM space? I followed all of them on LinkedIn. They were sharing information back to back. I was always subscribing to their newsletter. I was getting my growth was so fast. Then I also joined a community that had access to top leaders in the GTM space. It was then I started networking. So I was learning free resources, then following thought leaders and then communities. As I was networking, people were giving me access to stuff. So far so good in the GTM world. I've had access to almost $10,000 worth of information that people gave to me. Somebody gave me access to his course that I bought for $400. Someone gave me access to his course that I bought for $3,500. I worked with another founder that gave me access to a course that I bought for $1,000. I got into a cohort. The cohort was $2,500, but I found my way in. I mean, I spoke with the organizers. I told them that if they allow me to pay $500 every month for the next 5 months, that would be good because $2,500 at once sounded too expensive to me. I couldn't afford it, but I could afford $500 per month. So I asked them for a payment plan. Then they told me that they were going to give scholarship to two people and that I should pray if I'll get into it. And I mean, luckily for me, I didn't have to pay $500 for the next 5 months to get into the court. I got into the court for free. We were just two that were chosen, and then I learned a lot. So all of these things kind of like fast tracked my journey. So a few things that I had at the end of the day was one, I had information, I had structured information, I had a community of peers. I was learning alongside with friends. For instance, now many of you learn independently. I remember I was learning with two people, Sandra and Bolaji. Each time I had an issue learning how to use a particular tool, myself and Sandra will hop on a call every weekend. She understands a certain part more than me. We are going to be doing live workshops together. Now that saved me more time. So whenever I see people that are saying they are looking for a job and I ask, do you know people within your community? They say no. I'm always shocked. Like, how do you do it? Because all of these things contribute together um is what we are going to use. So Tolu, we are going to use um sorry, we are going to use I'm going to use someone else, not Tolu. There is a reason. I had a conversation with let me see, I have to accept Bloom. Can you identify yourself, Bloom? So Bloom was even the one that suggested that I organize this. Um, oh, Odutolu, is that Bloom? Let me see. No, that's
Yes,
not
that's
it.
me.
Oh, I I did not know. I know you're going to say that. I have short-term memory again. I mean, obviously, I forget things a lot, but I didn't know your name was Odutolu, to be honest. But it's all good. So we are going to use Bloom. Bloom even told me that I should many people are still on the other call. Oh. Guys, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to, I know what I'm going to do. Let me turn on that other one so that as people are joining, I'll just be sending this link to them. What do you guys think? So let me just open that other one down. I think I should have even thought about it because some people are DMing me on WhatsApp that I didn't allow them to join, and I feel like they must have been waiting on the other call. Um, I didn't see all of this inconvenience happening. How did I even make a very, very big mistake of not using this my account? It's all good, anyways. So give me a moment. Um, can you still see my screen? Yeah. So I'm trying to. Maybe I should just join this one and keep it down. As people are coming in, I'll accept them. Then I would tell them that um they should join with the new link. Please, um, I want everyone to stay to this is just going to be 2 hours, but trust me, I can guarantee, like I mentioned, 70% of people are going to get jobs. And Tolu, yeah, apologies. As I was mentioning, Bloom was one who even suggested that I owed a free class. So, I mean, I just saw a DM and she was like, but you said you're going to use mine as an experiment. Yes, so we're going to use ours as an experiment. See, people are still on this call. So let me just I'm going to unmute my mic and send a message to them. Okay, no new person is on the call. Okay, nice. I'll just be paying attention to this. If someone new joins, I would accept them and then go to the other one. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for being patient. So what we want to do, I'm going to be interacting with Bloom, right, on this call. We want to be able to craft out everything she needs in the next 3 months to get hired. And ChatGPT is going to be our friend. So first thing first that I normally do is before you do anything, you give ChatGPT some background. So I'm literally going to be asking Bloom some questions. He's going to be answering. So first thing first, I hope everyone can see my screen. Um, they said you should always go with ChatGPT. Trust me, I think this is what I'm trying to do is really easy, but it's not. It comes from the understanding of how I know how to navigate. So that's where I get the prompts that I'm going to be giving GPT from. Um, yeah. So Bloom, let's go. Can you unmute your mic? So first thing first, I want you to give me a background of what you want to achieve. Do you understand? Like, what do you want to achieve, Bloom?
Okay, I'm interested in market research. So let's say new brands are trying to scale, or a new brand is trying to launch, and then they want to know people's needs, they want to know people's pain points. So that rough market research analysis, yeah, I'm interested in that.
Okay, so what do you do currently?
Com strategist in a
Okay,
branding and marketing firm.
okay. I want to go into market research, but I want to ensure that I get into the right job title, the right um niche slash industry. There's regard about me. I am a comms. So give me every detail. Do you have your CV? If it's possible, do you have a portfolio that you can send me the links? So I input it into GPT. So what we want to do is, oh, this is a wrong prompt. GPT is using my former um information already. It's using my every information that I've given it to it. If you can see, I have like I use this to interact with GPT for myself to know how I can actually navigate as a GTM engineer. And luckily for me, I got hired as a GTM engineer last month. So, but when I got into the sales world, it took me just like 3 months to get my first role with where people that had years of experience were struggling. I'm thinking, do I start with a new this thing because this guy is giving me okay, let me edit this.
Hello, sir. Let me contribute something. Tell it not to write anything for now.
Yeah, that's what I just did now. Do not output anything as I am about to give you fresh information about myself. Sorry, area. That's what I was just doing. Thank you so much. Yeah, so now let me come back to what I was writing for Bloom. Bloom, do you have any bio do you have a portfolio? Do you have any I want you to give me full details about your career. Like, so what I want to do for GPT now is I want to give GPT a background of Bloom, the things she has done in the past, so that it will be able to use all those data to recommend the career direction she should go into. Let's say she's starting new, and this was what I did for my friend. Um, we used all he didn't know what to go into in his career, right? Like it was like, Joel, I want to learn AI automation. I heard this doing. I was like, bro, just chill. Don't jump the band. Don't follow the bandwagon. Don't be because everybody's saying learn AI automation. Before you learn something, you've already been in a technical writer, right? He has been a technical writer in the AI space, in the cybersecurity space, and was a digital marketing specialist. But because of AI taking over writing jobs, he is currently out of job. Do you get? So it will not make sense to go and jump into something new. For instance, this GTM engineering that I moved into, GTM means go to market. Before I moved to GTM engineering, I had background in growth marketing. So what I did was I told GPT-2 to give me, since I have background in growth marketing, what are the best skills in 2025 that is on high demand, that is in line with my background. Because for instance, now I it won't make sense for me to go and start learning product design. I don't like product design. I don't have any affiliation. Am I saying it's wrong to learn something new? No, I'm not saying it's wrong to learn something entirely new. I'm just saying that you it just makes sense to continue your career path, like to have something new in that direction, so that you will not be totally new to it. So what we want to do is we want to first feed GPT with a lot of information about Bloom's background, then use it to now define the directions you should go through. Do you understand? So I want you to be as fast as possible because I'm a very fast typer, Bloom, if you can hear this. So I'm a com strategist here. So give me every detail about your career in the past. Are you a writer? Did you do this? Like, let's be fast.
Okay, so I've been a content writer in 2023. I wrote for a PR brand. Afterwards, I worked with a PR agency as an intern. So it was I worked with clients in the entertainment industry, film and entertainment industry. Excuse me, while at the PR agency. Then I now moved into the branding and marketing firm as a communication strategist.
Does anyone think I type fast or it's just bluff? Is this every information about your career path?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh,
In
all right.
communications.
Do you have any tools that you know how to use?
I now also use Canva. I now also use Google Workspace. I now also use Notion. Um, yeah, I think that's it. And a couple of email service providers. I now also use a couple of email service provider tools. Did I name them?
No, no need, no need. So there are two things we can do now, Blue. You said you want to go into market research, but I'm thinking
Yeah.
of two things. One, should I tell GPT to align this with market research, or you should just use your background to tell us four different roles? Okay, don't worry, I figured it out. All right. Although you didn't give me enough, my friend gave me CV. I used the CV. I used this website portfolio. So
I've sent my portfolio to you. I also sent the website portfolio.
where did you send it?
WhatsApp.
Now, just now.
When you started typing.
Okay. Can you add it to this chat? I don't want to. My WhatsApp is not open currently.
Okay.
Oh, Elushuku Okoye. Can you be reading that while typing? Oh, okay. Someone said I should read that. That's a lot of stress. Already. Have you sent it? I had a notification, so I thought she had sent it already. I mean, I really don't care the number of people that attend today, but I just want everyone to follow it to the end. Please, I beg you. Yeah, I'm going to share the chat link with everybody. Am I the one that cannot see what I thought Bloom, have you sent this?
Yeah, I just sent it to you. But do you want me to
In the
send the
chat
portfolio too?
in oh, this is your name is Odutolu Olumide. I forgot. I thought it was another person that sent it. Sorry. Please send me the portfolio link. I was reading this and I was like, who is this person that I did not send this message? And then I remembered again. So I'm really sorry, everybody. Can you send me your portfolio link? That's the one I actually wanted specifically. So let me just minimize to this. Let me know if you've sent it to, because I can't let me see. This is nobody is joining that first one again. So let me just cancel it. Let me know if you've
I
sent it
sent
to.
it. I just did.
Okay. So communication brand strategist. If you already worked as an e-com written for PR, this is a national application, demand and lifetime value, strong demand in consumer goods, health, tech care, lifestyle industry. Every company needs brand positioning, storytelling, com strategist, brand manager, communication strategies, VP of marketing, content marketing, thought leadership, specializing in B2B or tech. I need to add. So this thing is all about like adding more prompts. For instance, I believe that content marketing is no longer like a very top career path. I'm not saying it isn't, but it's no longer like a top career path. Or is it? I think it still is. The recent technical and PR content are transitioning lets you sharpen that into lead generation and brand growth. High demand across B2B, SaaS, fintech, Web3, especially for storytelling that drives pipeline, career growth path, content writer, content marketing manager, head of content, public relations and corporate communication, crisis, leaders in tech politics, market research and insights, connection to your past. It looks more technical than your background, but there's a big overlap. PR outcomes require understanding audience sentiment. Brand strategy requires insight into consumer behavior. Content marketing often start researching market trends. So you chose this, right?
Yep. Market research.
So, I mean, GPT suggested 4 different career paths. Three: one, communication and brand strategist. Three is content marketing and thought leadership. Um, Third one is public relation and corporate communication strategy. Then fourth one is market research and insights. So I'm going to tell. So it chose two out of the four, right? One, brand and communication strategies is post over 600 brand managers job posted in Nigeria recently. I think I should even expand beyond Nigeria. I need to change the prompts to global. We are still in phase one, oh. So I mean, please do not hop out of this call. I beg you, because um this is just very, very uh it has changed it from the first one to content marketing, and then the second one, market research and insights. So content marketing, global demand is strong across North America, Europe. Projected growth, content marketing skills are expected to grow 15%, and marketing specialty roles 23% between 2024 to 2026. Content marketing remains central, and digital strategies, 82% of marketers invested in it in 2024, and adoption is expected to increase in 2025. LinkedIn shows a 76% overall increase in marketing job posting, including content roles. Marketing research and insight, global marketing research industry is projected to reach 130 billion by 2026. Including remote roles are highly sought after, especially those skilled in consumer behavior, predictive analysis, sentiment analysis, um, market research, ease of working in an agency or startups. Many remotes are available in the agencies. How this is it on a company scale? Content marketing, market research. Summary: content marketing very high, booming, especially remote roles. So market research, there are more remote roles for market research. Um, Yeah, so you already chose marketing strategy, actually, Sha. So, but I mean, if we didn't choose it, we were going to be left with these two. So now we have market research and insights. Is this the right time to ask you for maybe a list of free things to learn? Uh, Let me not bug it with too much of information. Let me just give it a learning roadmap first. So let it supply me with this. No, roadmap first. Should it be roadmap first? No, not roadmap. Let me not ask you for roadmap first. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions so far? We are now in phase two. Um, phase two is we are trying to get every bit of information about that would equip you in your journey. Like we want to tick. So what we want to do is this. We want to tick all of this. Let me come back here. Where do I get all the free resources? Where do I get access to all the programs? Because the thing is, many of you, when you start a skill, you just go and purchase a course on Udemy, and then you start trying to navigate where you can actually like literally have all of these things at the palm of your hands. Do you understand? Down to the communities you need to join, down to the thought leaders you need to join. So we are going to get all of that together on this call. I bought a game today. That game is called Christian Gets Churched. So it contains a couple of things that you're going to ask yourself. I've not opened it, and there's going to be a what do they call this thing? A timer. I've forgotten the name. Sand time, or I don't really know the name of this thing. So it's going to be ticking down, and then you have to do whatever it is like saying. I'm trying to like buy time or like to keep you guys engaged while GPT is thinking, because what I'm trying to tell it is a lot. It's trying to go through every bit of course that she needs to watch, every bit of information, every bit of program that she needs to have for structured learning, um, um, free videos. And to be honest, these are the things that I followed. For instance, as a GTM engineer, I got to check out Clay's. I found out a guy's page on YouTube. I watched his videos back to back, Eric Novosaski, and it gave me a lot of knowledge. I remembered very well. Let me tell you guys my story. So I used to be a writer and growth marketer. Last year, growth marketing, I left content writing. Um, I was working for a Portugal-based agency. They were paying 2K per month, and I think the world of AI just came, crashed. I got outed from the agency. They probably wanted to slip down or something. Then I said I needed to go into growth marketing. I led growth for Full Gap, a Nigerian-based startup, for like 3 months. Um, pay was in Naira. Coming from that salary, I knew that I needed to get remote growth marketing roles, and I tried. I kept applying to Ota. My friend Onyakidele was sending me. She was not even told me about Ota. I applied. I did not get hired. So I was like, come on, this thing, it's like likely I might not get hired into a growth marketing role. Oh. What do I need to do? That was when I started my research, and then I found about Clay, and I started learning. I consumed all the free resources on Clay resource page. I followed everything. I was asking YouTube page. I was learning every at least 2 to 4 hours every day. I know not everybody will have 2 to 4 hours, so that's why I said 3 months is relative. Because, but if you dedicate 2 hours to it, what makes company hire you? And this is a secret. What makes company hire you is know your knowledge. Is the accumulation of the experience in every tool you need to know. For instance, as a GTM engineer, I know how to use multiple tools. Clay, um, um, GTM engineering is a multi set of so many skill sets. You need to be very good with strategy, growth marketing strategy, and I have the background of it already. You need to be very good with how to use Clay. You need to be good with list building. You need to be good with campaign management. You need to be good with copywriting. So what I discover many people do is you people learn one aspect of that skill and then you call yourself that profession. Now it's not your fault because you thought that what the only thing you knew was everything that you needed to know. So when companies keep rejecting you, you're like it's your village people. It's not really your village people per se. It's that the fact that you are not aware of the fact that you need more things. You needed to probably learn another tool, and that's where the mistake comes from because you just saw it. The little Udemy course you consume just explained one fragment of the entire thing that you needed to learn. For instance, when I joined the course, they mentioned some tools that I did not even know about. If I had not joined that course, I would not know about Octave, I would not know about AirOps, I would not know about some other tools like that. But the course, $2,500 is a lot of money. They are top GTM engineers that are from Clay, Yash, so many other people were there. They are people that are like top guys in the GTM industry. They were sharing how they were using all of these things. That information saved me time from trying to figure it out because I might spend 6 months and not know that Octave exists. Does that mean I was not actively learning? I will keep actively learning my Clay and maybe copywriting or something like that. And I will still companies will be rejecting me and I'll feel like they don't even know what I have. In the real sense, you might not when you're boasting about yourself, they don't know that I'll bring crazy stuff turn around to the team, bros. You might actually not bring turnaround to the team if we are looking at it, if we are being honest to yourself. So let's go back to this. So market research is a great call. Where are the links? Let's see. Entry level career, mid level. So it's giving me the job titles. I told you to first give me the job titles. Market research analyst. They call them market research analysts. They call them consumer customer insight analysts, research associates, field work panel. Okay, no, this is not relevant. But the first three, um, resources, free resources, pillar one, industry foundation and ethnic ethics. You need to learn this. You're not staff for professional practice. Let's open this. This is an academy. You need to learn this. Let's see this first. We are going to get to the place of the people to follow on LinkedIn, the thought leaders, the newsletters to join, the communities to join. But let's start with this. So if you've not joined this, they have an event coming up on the 15th of October. Bottom line, market insights, why consumer research. So I also remember that I was joining so many free live events, free events. So I think these people have a course, and it's on-demand training. I think it's free because I mean for GPT to recommend this. Let's check this out. We are going to get to the point where we'll now tell GPT to set up all of this thing in 3 months. But I want it, I don't want to crowd it with too much of information. Wait, Bloom, are you sure this is this part of market research and analysis?
Yes, consumer behavior is part of market research.
Okay, just to be sure that we are not going off track.
It's correct.
Okay. I mean, this one has market research articles and videos. This is a very good place to consume a lot of free content like the articles. Do you understand? Like all of these things is what you use to equip yourself. Many people don't equip themselves in the right way because they don't know all of these things. Pillar 2 core methods. There is Pillar 3 survey platforms and fieldwork analysis. There's a notification. Somebody raising their hand.
Yes, sorry. I wanted to ask if we can get access to all these prompts you are using.
Yeah, I'm going to share it to everybody. After, I'm going to share it in the chat box. So that's why you have to wait to the end. So paid programs, certificate and cohorts, principle of market research. You can get these. I don't know if this is not free. How to use this week 1 to week 2. Foundation ethics, Pew methods, you see David. We are going to, I mean, it's still going to give me the 3 months, but your comms PR brand marketing part is a natural feeder into insight. You already bring stakeholder interview, messaging, framing, campaign. If you want, I can turn into this a week by week checklist with portfolio project prompts, brand tracker, concept text. We are going to get to the point where we would tell GPT to create projects. So let me tell you guys something. Look at my some of the things that I did there. Let me see. No. I want you guys to see how I interact with GPT. So I said I joined the cohort some weeks back. Here's the details about it. Yada 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 yada. I told it to create a LinkedIn post. Let me see. I updated it. I said I'm done with the GTM engineer school. I want to build a personal brand on LinkedIn as a clear expert for the next 4 weeks. So I was literally, so there are many things I was doing at the time. My getting hired as a GTM engineer was not a mistake. First, I would say it was good, but it was orchestrated. It was not a mistake. People have been learning GTM for a longer period of time than myself. I got into this industry last year, July. I started learning the whole clay stuff and everything last year, July. I remember vividly when I was like, I want to leave content writing. Everything, the gel. I mean, I was out of job. By September, I had already gotten an internship role as a fulfillment manager in an outbound agency. It was not a GTM role, but it was the beginner level. It's like a customer client facing role in the industry. I was being paid $1,300 per month for that role. They fired me 2 months after because I did not have enough experience. However, in that 2 months, the CEO gave me a lot of structure. I got hired a month later again into another one. They were paying me 800. They fired me also a month after. I didn't have experience. I was learning on the go. Do you understand? But my point is, many of me becoming a GTM engineer today was not by accident. I was not doing things left and right. I knew what I needed to do, how I needed to do it, and the direction I needed to go. And that's the clarity that comes with this thing. And that's why I said in 90 days, if you can follow all of these things for yourself, The caveat is if you follow it, I can guarantee 70% of you would not get a Nigerian job. You'll probably be working remotely. That's if the career path you are going with is not something like coding, because coding, you need a lot of time to learn it. It's not something that you can use 2 hours. I mean, that's why I'm saying three months might just be relative. But whatever it is, if you can devote 2 hours to it, you set up the prompts, GPT gives you the structure for your tools, you follow it 2 hours weekly. Trust me, you're going to get a job. So I say I'm done with the GTM engineer. I want to build a personal brand on LinkedIn. There was a reason for doing this. I'll be using free Clay accounts to build Clay projects. I did not have Clay starting price starts from $150. I cannot be paying $150 for a tool, right? So I wanted to build free Clay projects. I said I want you to give me a list of 12 projects I can build with Clay that wouldn't be free Clay. And it's not just projects are not too basic, but also not too difficult. Let's start the project to be anything across any industry. It gave me the projects to build, make it into a 12-week content calendar, as every week will be dedicated to a project. All of these things now, if I come out and say I'm a GTM engineer, nobody will know that I spent time setting up all the structures here. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? My point is, it was not an accident, right? It was not an accident. It even gave me the breakdown. That's another one. Let me see this. I want to scale a startup with the latest GTM tool. Okay. So I use ChatGPT for almost everything. This is not even there is in let me see. Maybe it was not this GPT. N8N beginner learner guide. So I wanted to learn how to use N8N because now I needed to learn more of automation too when I got into being a GTM engineer, right? So see what I did here. I want to start my journey into using N8N. I'm a GTM engineer who also recently completes a GTM engineering course. I have experience across a lot of tools. Now I want to learn N8N. I want you to guide me like a mentor, show me the basics of N8N, present a doc to me that shows its use case, features, share, and then I started following this. I even got someone to teach me N8N weekly, and then we started building projects weekly. Do you understand? So I had lots of resources at my fingertip. Quick updates. I finally got hired as a GTM engineer. I also have self-hosted my N8N. Now I want you to give me 12 projects to build. On my calendar here, every 6:15, 6 o'clock, I get a notification on my calendar that I should practice GTM between 6 to 8 p.m. Right? I even have, can you see my screen? I have a class AI automation N8N 9 to 11 p.m. I have a class today. Apart from my 6 to 8 p.m. weekly meetings and weekly time set aside for me to learn how to use automation tool, right? So all of these things is not about accident. So let's go back to this. There's a reason why I'm emphasizing all of these things, right? You need the structure. With structure, you save time, you get clarity, and then you get speed. And that is what helps you get to your destination the fastest time, that you're not second guessing what you need to do. So back to Bloom stuff. Your resource AI free. Okay, it has given us this now. We have free resources. Next thing, I want to connect with thought leaders in my industry in order for me to expand my knowledge and also my network of people. So suggest the best platform and also give me a list of 10 to 15 industry experts, thought leaders who are active on that platform to follow. Please only share their social profiles. And if you want, you can give a little bit of info about them. I am referring to this new area, but I am venturing into. Now, I'm really sure many of you have not been. I know many of you use GPT, but the question is, have you seen someone explain how to grow in your career this way? Be honest, though. I'm not trying to like brag or something, but I'm just saying. They said LinkedIn is a top platform for this. It has given you Dr. Annie Pettit, Ben Badgering, um, Ben Page, uh, let's see. Someone dropped a message. Where's their link? I asked it to drop their link. Okay, it's dropping cool on them. 23 market research thought leaders to follow on Twitter. Let me see this one. Okay. On Twitter. Let, let me ask, can you fetch their LinkedIn profile so I can follow on them? Emmanuel Uchenna, raise your hand. Yeah, please ask.
All right. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Can you ask ChatGPT to include those that are actively posting? Some of these
Yeah, I'm
thought
going to,
leaders, they not all of them post. They just maybe from time to time they post, but those that actually post content.
thank you very much. That was why I wanted to even check some of their profiles, because I sort of like give it a hint that it should that are who are active on the platform. So if I see that these people's posts are not recent, I'll just tell it like this one now, the page doesn't exist. I'll just tell it that it should look for their pages and tell me the one that has like that they have recent content on their page, like they posted it in the past 1 month. So thanks for that. Is LinkedIn tweaking or what? Let me check this link that is even says about all of them. These are all their Twitter profiles. So something is wrong with their LinkedIn. We'll come back to GPT. One thing I think ChatGPT may not be able to access their profiles. I don't know, except maybe a paid GPT to check if they have posts. LinkedIn has like a wall. I think so, but let's see if it will do that. It's saying that okay, let's check again. Let's check this. If it does not work, I'll just suggest everyone just probably manual, so we don't waste time beating around and going back and forth with GPT. You just manually probably check out for each and every one of them and then follow them. But if we do something like this now, let me see. Let me check one of them. Dr. Anne Petit. Let's see. This shouldn't like be a big deal. Look at Story's profile on LinkedIn. Tolu would have used it as case study, but I remember that Bloom and I talked about using her as the case study for this, and she was the one that suggested I hold a class on this, because I mean I was not planning to. Let's check their Twitter profile too. First thing on the card here, it's Bethlehem, Ark of the Covenant, Osea. I'm going to just give somebody this because I don't think I even find it interesting to want to use. Zero posts. Is this page kidding me? Okay, we'll do something. Everybody say hi to my dog. He wants to continue the class.
Is it a beach?
No, it's not a beach. It's a dog. It's a male. His name is Dancer because it can twerk. All right. Satish Navan. Let's see this person. I want to ensure that in the next 30 minutes I'm done by all means. Did he even give me the link? Editor of Green Books paper. Search each of his names on LinkedIn. Inside journalism trend. Okay, Satish Swaminathan. I think that's the guy. Yeah, this is the guy. This is the guy we are looking for. Yeah, he has a newsletter. Covering the latest updates in business tech, some stuff like that. Anyways, so you can just follow this manually, although this did not give me the results that I wanted the way it should, because I mean it should give me their links each. Let me see if I can say tell it. I want you to give me their links. Yeah, LinkedIn URLs each. Valid URLs. Then the next thing is I want you to give me a list of newsletters to join that I can. If you love reading newsletters, you can include this. If you don't, then no need. Increase my knowledge base with. This is not like super compulsory. It's just a so there are some newsletters to subscribe to here. Then next, which is very important, I want you to give me a list. Let me see the LinkedIn links. We're almost done. This might look boring, but trust me, this is how we 3 steps ahead of everybody. Let's see if the links are working this time. If it does not work, you have to just do it manually, which is crazy. But I think if you're using ChatGPT 5, it will be very, very active. Like it would ensure it peruses it. But I mean, you already have the bio, so yeah. So we have communities. ESOMA Community Global Professional Association, 50K web members. They host events, webinars, lively LinkedIn group. Green Book Insights Communities, Women in Research, Global Nonprofit, Market Research, UK, but not global. Research Ops Community, Global Slack Community, very active, 8,000 members. So I got all my jobs from joining a Slack community related to GTM, right? So I started networking with them and stuff like that. So you should prioritize Slack communities. They host same thing. Slack communities, they host events. The same thing with the global communities. Other words, they were hosting events. So I try to at least once in a while join live events. Try to know, oh, who is this person? After I watch it, I reach out to them and tell them, oh, I would like to connect. So let's even check this Re-up Slack. The people that are going to hire you, they will be from these communities. And I would say this, most people might not know this. If you're growing in a career and you want to branch into the global world, the easiest way to get into it is to work with an agency, not a startup. Agencies have lower barrier to entry. They don't have too many requirements, and they hire and fire fast. But unlike a startup, they don't hire and fire fast. They are very meticulous with their hiring requirements. They take time, and then you might not get qualified. Like they might have so many this thing. So you can apply to join them on Slack. I wish, so I made a video on how to get jobs on Slack. I don't think I'm going to start explaining that, because that's going to be the last thing in the slides to explain, because I've been able to navigate all of these things. How to follow thought leaders, best communities to join, how do you learn with peers, make friends. If you see somebody knows something, ask to jump on the call. Friends are going to give you time. Bolaji, Sandra, I've never met them. Okay, I met Bolaji in person. Sandra introduced me to Bolaji. Bolaji, every Sunday, he started giving me some of his free time, and then we used to explain a few things to me. I mean, we till we met at Founders Connect. So friends are going to give you time. How do you pitch and get hired? I mean, I'm going to just explain from the community perspective. Join this community. I wish I could open my Slack, but it take time, right? So next thing, final thing to do, let me just tell it now. I want you to combine all this journey into a 3 months learn, network, get hired plan. This means that you would include all the resources based on how I should learn them, down to when I should network, start. These 3 months plan should be broken down to weekly activities. We are almost wrapping up. So I got hired via community, because the community I joined, they had access to a lot of, let me open my Slack, let me see. They had access to job boards. Most of Slack communities have access to job boards, right? So in these job boards, you can now start interacting with the with founders. There is actually a way to find, I made a video on it. So instead of wasting my time, let me just share you guys the video, how to get a job on Slack. If you're in a Slack community, how to look for the profiles of people that are going to hire you. How many people are still on this call? Let me see. Thank God I'm recording it so I can share it on YouTube. 13 people. I mean, for you guys to still stay to this time, it shows that you found it valuable. Let me see. I made a video on YouTube on how to use this is not going to be my YouTube page. How many seconds does it take? Okay, let me just search how to get a job on Slack. I'm sure that my video would be part of the top videos if you search how to get a job on Slack. I need to get back to creating videos soon. My video did not show. Okay, see my video, 846 views. How to use Slack channels to secure freelance gigs or jobs. So let me I'm going to share this link to the video to you on on the group link, so you go and watch it. For those who want to, I mean, I don't know if your community is going to have, but for me, Slack was how I got my job. All the jobs that I worked in that they got me fired. um, Slack was where I got them. Slack was where I got them because I had access to a network of founders, right? Let me go to Clay. Yeah, so this is Clay. Look at my conversation. My man, Ajayi Joel, I used to looking for a role. This was on August 25th. We are hiring again, and I wanted to make sure I give you priority. Hey, Adam, I appreciate you reaching out for this role. But I got hired recently. I have a candidate who is more experienced than myself. So I recommended a friend for this. I even reached out to him again. I was like, Alpha, have you hired? This, my friend, is good, though. Consider him. Do you understand? This guy too reached out, asked me if I was interested in a role. No, not for actually. Ash. Hey, still looking for a role. This was on July 30th. He gave me a task, but I was like, oh, I don't have time to do this task. I answered the question, but he said I should make a loom. I already had my own job, so I just said, oh, I don't get time for all of this. So Slack is how I used to find job, and I've sent the link. If you can see this, my community, they have full-time jobs, they have part-time jobs. So if you're looking for part-time role, I belong to a couple of communities that are related to my role specifically. Can you guys see my Slack? I need to be very sure. Okay, yeah, you can. Yeah. So they have part-time jobs, they have full-time jobs. So if you're a GTM guy, this is a very good group to join. If you are in research, Rev Genius is a good community to join. It's active. Even OG geniuses, they all actively announce jobs. Rev Genius, they have chats, job seekers, chat job postings, chat GTM. So, and they also have events. This is a very good place to network with top guys in the industry globally. I mean, you are literally in their DM. All of you that are fighting for LinkedIn DM, people waste time on LinkedIn. I don't use LinkedIn to do interactions again. If I want to look for the CEO of Facebook, I just need to look for communities that not the CEO. If I want to look for the head of growth of Facebook, I need to just look for communities that top growth marketers belong. Free. I'm lucky. Some are paid because of spamming. But if it is free, there is super parts. See, they made it paid. Super part of the community where you could talk to the head of marketing of Notion, head of marketing of like top companies, content. I am the growth marketing manager of like Facebook. They are all in that community, and you're literally in their DM, right? So you could just easily message them rather than chase them. You know, they have lots of messages on LinkedIn that are like, yeah, try to connect, trying to connect with them, but you can just get access. So top guys in your industry that you are trying to chase to connect with, you could connect with them if you belong to like could you help us with GTM engineer Slack groups? You figure that out yourself. But there is Clay. Join Clay. Clay is the best. Just go to Clay. I mean, this is not a GTM live session. This is for every career path. So not everybody here is a GTM expert or something like that. But just go to Clay. On Clay, they have is their website clay.com or clay. They have Clay has a resource section, Seth, where you can watch free videos on Clay. They have Clay University. If you're like the basics, they have Clay University. They have courts. This one too is free. Then they have community, over 20K. I joined when they had like about 3K members. Now they have over 20K. So this is a good place. So another thing you can do is to look for websites for that top communities and then look for their community. Like HubSpot still has HubSpot community. So if you're trying to learn HubSpot, Salesforce has Salesforce community. You just need to like figure that out. Use ChatGPT, I beg. use GPT to answer that question. So how to use Slack? I think I've answered that question. So I told GPT to break everything down into a 3-month plan. So next thing I'll just tell it to do, that's giving me everything. So the problem is my GPT free plan has expired, so it's not going to load all of these things for me. I knew it was going to happen. Till tomorrow. I've exhausted all my trial for GPT, because the next thing I wanted GPT to do is I will tell it that it should give me a Notion link, so I'll add it to Notion. I use GPT to create Notion links. So I don't, because the 3-month plan, I will tell it that, oh yeah, help me create it into a database for 3 months weekly. I can add my calendar to it. I did it for one of my projects that I was doing. So I add it on my Notion. So every week I know what I'm supposed to do, instead of wasting my time. Somebody's raising up their hand. Please, let me see. Networking and connecting with this founder stuff. Do I just send requests and send them a DM? Very valid question. Well, how it works, yeah, it's by sending them requests and sending them DMs. Actually, that's the best way to network. For instance, I have it. Watch that YouTube video, how to get a job on Slack. I explained how to network with these guys. I also shared the templates you can use to network with them. Many of you don't network the right way. You just enter people's DM and then you're spamming them. They won't respond to you. One of the catchphrases I use when I see a profile on Slack and I know that this person is like worthy of connection, I go and follow them on LinkedIn, and then I now send them a DM that, hey, I just connected with you on LinkedIn. How's it going? And then they respond, because it does not sound spammy. It's just like an innocent interaction. Do you understand? I mean, it's not going to load to week 12. My GPT has I'm using a free plan, so I can share this with you. Let me share this. But for Bloom, tomorrow I'm just going to help you create, finish it, and then add it to a Notion page, so you can see everything in. It's going to help you segment everything in real time. All of you can just go through this as a template. I mean, you cannot obviously follow this because not everybody is the same career path with you, Bloom. So I've sent it to the group. You guys have 5 minutes to ask me questions. Ask me any question, I'm going to answer it. And I'm done. This is everything you need for 3 months. And if you follow it, oh, sorry, one last thing. GPT is not even going to allow me to do this because of this thing. But when you get to the point of the next thing you need to now do is to tell it, when you've gotten to the point of learning, I want to build my portfolio. That's after you've learned to a point. Give me a list of projects to build as a marketing research expert. And then you give it, okay, I don't have money to pay for these tools. It will recommend a list of projects that you can build. Create a campaign for this so and so events that happened in the US. Use this particular tool to get, and then once it gives you the projects to launch, you can now tell it that it should give you a breakdown of how you can. My throat's done play me. Give you a breakdown of how you can accomplish those projects. Because for instance, all those N10 stuff that I was doing, not all of them, I even in some GTM projects, I don't know them. Like, I needed clarity, so I would tell it, okay, this thing, I've started executing it. I've started executing it. I'm lost. I made a mistake here. It's going to just use GPT to guide yourself. Someone is asking me a question. Who doesn't have the experience? Whoever, unlike Bloomo has experience, use this. Sure. If you don't have experience, then you say you don't have experience. There's no way you can say you don't have experience at all. You definitely have experience in something. And if you don't have experience, tell it that I don't have experience, but I love writing, I love designing, I love singing. So give me something I can do in that direction. Do you understand? So I mean, I don't know how I'm going to help you figure that out, but you can't tell me you don't have experience in anything at all, right? You have experience in something, right? So, and if you don't have experience, just tell it but that you don't have experience in anything at all. You should just tell you things that you feel you can learn and then follow it that way. Or just tell you things that you think you like. So who is asking me design? That's not a question. That's not a contextual question. Shagun, yeah, please go ahead. You can ask your question.
All right. Good evening, bro. Thank you very much for the session. I think like it was very helpful. So I just wanted to ask a quick one. The like the part about getting hired by agencies in the clay community is something I just wanted to inquire about, like, because I also started the whole my GTM journey, I think a couple of maybe about 2 months or thereabout ago, and I got hired by like on internship basis actually by just like someone I met on LinkedIn, um one of the someone on LinkedIn, but like the what he's paying me, 'cause it's actually internship, but like what he's paying me. When I had like you say something about you were earning, I mean you were getting paid $1,300 and stuff. I'm like, what was the basic skill that they wanted to see before you like that made them place you on that kind of salary? If you get what I'm saying. Like, was there like what's the minimum thing that you can show, that you can prove or something like that? If you get what I'm saying. Thank you.
Okay. Well, then I the only skills that I had then was I just had like the foundational clay knowledge, very basic clay knowledge. Then I knew how to do copywriting, which was one of the things that I interfaced, cold email copywriting. So I knew that very well. And I not even very well, basic. And then customer success. So I was interfacing as a customer success, like with the clients that they had in their client base. And then I was writing the copies, doing inbox management for them. So those are the things that I did. I didn't do GTM strategy for them because I didn't have experience with the whole GTM thing then. So I mean, um, now I'm seeing them put out a job for a GTM engineer for like 7K, $7,000, the same company. I reached out to the founder that Alpha and I fired me last year. Yeah, come and hire me. But I mean, um, the basics as a beginner GTM, the few things you need to know, no list building, the basics of how to generate lists, how to build lists on um um how you know how to generate lists. You can use GPT to also learn that by using Apollo. It's going to tell you different lead sources, give you some videos to watch, then understand some basic copywriting, code email copywriting, then um know how to launch campaigns on Instantly and SmartMeet. If you can do those three. Oh, and then Clay, yeah. If you can do all of those four, you're good. You should be able to get like a 1K starting role.
All right. So thank you very much. So when I'm going to ask you two questions, to find out questions. So when you got like the inbox listing that you got, did you pitch like did you code DM them that okay you were looking for a GTM role, or you were just saying okay I can do this? Is there any chance for me to work with you? That's the first question. Then the second question about like play this thing. So I kind of I think I to an extent I know all the basics of all of these things, as list building, copywriting, and all of those things. So how, because like okay, how can I present it in like a kind of portfolio? Like, is there a way that someone can put everything together? Because it's just like one of project that I did that gave me all of these experiences. It's not like
And
it's
so
one.
after the second question, build projects. Tell GPT to give you projects like my friend Bolaji does. he built a lot of projects using anything combination with clay. Like I just mentioned, you can build projects. GPT will tell you that okay, create a list of 500 uh and then medium with clear basic plan. You should be able to now it will now require you to understand list building to go and probably extract the list on Apollo, um, enrich it on clay down to the end. So by the time you're done, you have two things: you have a list and then you have the clay table. So obviously they are going to ask you for the clay table that you've built. Anybody that wants to hire you as a GTM person would ask, let me see the clay tables you built. So that's the answer to build projects. Number two, no other answer to is than tell GPT to give you projects to build. Then the first one is, what's the first one again?
I was asking that, did you pitch to them that you wanted to do like GTM, or you were
No.
just asking that, okay, can you give me a chance at all for anything?
Yeah, because can you any then I was just asking that any one of them that if you put out a copywriting role, I would apply. If you put out a list building, I'll apply. I was just trying to like try my luck on different ones till Wesley. The name of the founder is Wesley. He runs Simate. So they just said, okay, he gave me a small task. He liked it, and then he hired me. Even though he knew that I was not so experienced, he created a lot of SOPs for me to learn. Like I said, I was learning as I was getting fired. I was learning. I was learning. I was getting fired. I was learning. So that's it. So I did not know exactly till this year. I figured out GTM per se, and then I joined the cohort, which fast tracked my learning in that regard. Any other question that is not GTM related? Hello, Chuku Okoye, please ask.
Mine is GTN related, though. Maybe I shouldn't
Ah,
ask.
yeah, just ask, I beg.
All right. Thank you. Yes, it's actually about you and your how you were able to navigate the whole thing about the GTM. Mine is about the courses. Like you mentioned that it's until you were able to go in your cohorts that you were able to get everything in line for you. Do you think that there are free resources for us to get strong in GTM engineering? Are there free resources available right now? Because 1,500, the money you mentioned, of 2,500, is high for us here. Thank you.
Obviously, it is. So what I would suggest, two things I would suggest to answer that question. Clay has a Clay course. I think it's free, so you should just go into their you should go into their website, register for it. I was part of the first batch of Clay cohorts. How did I find out about it? My friend told me about it. So I had two friends that I also always mention, Sandra and Bolaji. We're learning together. So we're sharing informations with ourselves. And you were sharing for I was recommending one of them now. I mean, to when this guy asked me that he wants to hire me, I was like, no, I recommended someone else. Erin Osaski is one of the top guys in the GTM space. We've had chats. He wanted to hire me around May this year too. So two things. One, Clay cohort is the basics, the foundation. I think it's every 2 months, so you should just check that out. Then there is also is it community general? Um, they announce they announce programs that they want to hold. So if you check this place once in a while, you would see programs that they want to hold. We're even information. Yeah, the GTM engineers in Nigeria are planning to host a collaboration with, or Clay wants to host a collaboration. Clay wants to host an event very soon. I'm part of the organizers. Clay wants to host a program very soon. Although it's not a course, it's just a one-time event. So you guys should have your eyes peeled for that. But just constantly check this group. They have events that they hold. So join that one. I don't know of any other GTM engineering that is free. But I think there are some newsletters, and I don't even remember. I don't know the names of those newsletter folks offhand. So I mean, I've answered it. Any other question that is not GTM, please. So it does not look like it's just GTM alone. Okay, I think nobody has any other question anymore. So, um, guys, I really appreciate everyone who has waited to this time. Please, I don't accept DMs that continues this conversation. I may not be able to respond to it because I believe that giving out the time here is very, very valuable. So, if you send me a DM, if I have time, I might reply. If I don't, please do not be offended. I feel like I ignored you because you attended this. So I just feel like I'm going to upload this on YouTube, and I hope that you do the best with this. Thank you very much. And Winga Johnson, Uzodima, Elochukwu, Segun, Siva Ann. Who is Siva Ann? She has been quiet throughout. Can you say hi? Then we have Ibukun son too. It's nice to meet you. Siva Ann has just been quiet. I really don't know Siva Ann. I don't even know if we follow each other. Yeah. So guys, I'm signing off. I need to play with my dog and figure out what I want to have for dinner. So bye. Right. Ibukun,
Joel,
yeah.
you said you're going to give us the prompt.
I sent it to the group already.
The group. So we are.
I sent it in the chat box.
Oh my God, sorry, I can't see it. Oh, I dropped off, so I just joined back again.
I'll paste it again. Just check now.
Thank you.
We have 1 minute
Thank you.
to check
Yeah,
it
I've seen it.
before.
I've
Okay.
seen it.
Every other person can check it out if you want to, so that before I end this. I didn't record this. Am I recording it? Okay, I'm recording it. Thank God. I would have fainted. All right, guys. Bye. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I'm wishing you all success.